When y'all gonna have to watch us bite bugs.
We got these big giant bugs flying all around us here.
And I know most everybody's going, oh my goodness, I wouldn't want to be fighting bugs, but it feels good out here.
It feels really nice outside. It's 65 degrees out here.
And there were no bugs when
a few minutes ago there were no bugs.
There it is. Okay. There was no bugs, and then I went in for a few minutes, come back, and there are bugs. So
if you see us jump and do this, it's because of big old bugs. And I'm talking about they're like...
I'm not scared of them, but when they come at your face, it's like when you're not expecting
They're big as a June bug, you know. And
they might be a June bug.
No, I don't think they are. I think
there's some other kind of...
Yeah, there's some other kind of bug, but aggravating as heck. I know that. They come out as soon as it warms up.
Yeah, and it went from...
It was 85 today. It went from 40-something this morning to 85 today.
But I mean, I was going to say earlier in the week it got down to 30.
Oh, it was in the 30.
It got to 30 one night and 30.
30 and then 30 and 33.
Yeah.
And then 39 and then 44 and then I think 49.
There's Hills Mill and a whole bunch of other people. 92, Miss Lou said. It was warm.
It was 85 here today. And man, I tell you what, I felt every bit of it.
Yeah, I stayed in most of the day. I went in a few times. I planted the green stalks. Mm-hmm. I put some old flower seeds we had. I just had a whole bunch. And I probably overplanted, but I'm hoping something comes up in it. And I planted 2 of the green stalks with flowers, and one still has strawberries. And then I have one that we have to get some more dirt.
Joanna says the kitchen behind you is so pretty. Well, we was hoping it'd be a lot prettier for tonight because they called us and said your brick is in. So man, we're like ecstatic. Man, we run to town and we get there and we're like, that's not what we ordered.
Well, technically it was.
One of them was.
I ordered 2 different sizes.
Yeah.
A box of each, and I got 2 boxes.
2 boxes of the wrong
large ones.
It was
and
bad.
the large ones go on the floor.
Yeah, it couldn't be the ones that went on the wall. It had to be the ones that went on the floor.
And he has to do the wall first before he does the floor.
I'm not doing the floor because then it'll be my luck. I will drop something on the floor, mess it up,
and start over.
I have to. Saltara said, "Nope, I ain't doing nothing." I
really love it when he gets through. I think. I don't know if they... Well, I would turn y'all and show y'all stuff, but last
time you did that? Oh, no.
I messed up and had to start all over with the whole setup. Yep. So we're not going to turn you and show you stuff, but I would. I'm going to do a video in here showing it, but I keep waiting because I was hoping to have the brick
We was hoping by today I would have the brick in, but...
Not yet.
Not yet. So we'll get there one of these
work
days.
In progress.
We have everything but the brick.
Well, I've got part of the brick. I just ordered another box of each.
And I won't start none of it until I know I have it all here. Yeah. Because it'd be just my luck. They'll come in, they go, I thought that's what it was. And then
it's the wrong
ones. I'm like, nope, I ain't starting this.
We have enough to do possibly all of it.
Maybe.
But we're figuring we're a few short. Maybe 5 or 6, which means you got to order a whole box. And if he got started and he ran out, we would be so messed up. So, yeah, we're just going to wait.
We got Becky from Hawaii. Or shall I say Hawaii?
Hawaii. 3 minutes late. You're not really late.
You're not really late. We were just
2 minutes late.
No, I wouldn't.
1 minute late, exactly. 2 minutes are...
Yeah.
Never mind.
KY Farmer says, how do you keep the worms out of your peaches? We don't. We just eat around them.
There's Renata. Hello from Loosedale and from Nova Scotia, our life off-grid. That is also Northwest Oregon. Milk and Honey. Man. Joanna saw First Monarch and did a video to show the bees in the dandelions. I'm going to try to wait to mow the yard. I should have mowed the yard. They probably will tomorrow. Danny's done mowed here.
I mowed all I'm going to mow.
Deep south.
I mowed deep south, and I mowed all I'm going to mow here. I told her the courtyard belongs to you.
There's Jennifer. And y'all, we had one showing today. So Jennifer's been out here with us today. That's Danny's daughter.
She's been here with us.
Y'all just pray that somebody the couple that saw it today would enjoy Deep South Homestead.
Yeah.
So, but we did spend some time. We didn't today, but this week we spent a day over there cleaning and mowing yards, picking up sticks.
Oh my gosh, the limbs were so bad after all the wind. Oh my goodness. We piled them all up by hand, and I had to take the tractor back later with a grapple on it and go around and pick them all up and haul them off.
Miss Vicky said the feels like temperature the last 3 days was over 90 in Texas. It's too late to plant green beans and squash. No, you can plant.
Fred 14E says, how do you keep the chickens out of the garden? Well, they're in a pen. We don't turn them loose.
Ours don't run around.
Ours don't run loose. We have too many predators.
Julie Joyce says, can I use last year's dirt in my mineral tubs?
Yes.
Just amend.
Yeah. Mommy 513 says, do you use any pesticides on your crops? If not, how do you keep the critters off? No, we don't use any chemicals on our property for anything.
Well, take that back. We used Roundup and Miracle-Gro for Kogon
grass. We have a small patch of Kogon grass on one of our hills back there, and the only thing that kills Kogon is Roundup. And Kogon is very invasive. It grows like 40-something feet underground every day. So, yes, we have used that on the property last year. We haven't used any this year.
We need to. Silver Run Coffee Crafters is bagging coffee tonight in their store. Rebecca, tell me, what can I give away tonight? Because I know you're out of the Peru Jamenco, unless you've gotten some in. That was a good coffee. It was organic coffee. And I think we gave away one a couple of weeks ago. But she had said last week they were out of that one. Plus, they were moving to their store. And they're doing their coffee there. And so we shall see. We're going to have something else special to give away after a while.
Jan MGB says, I just cannot imagine how anyone would love the Deep South. Not love Deep South. It is what it is, you know what I mean?
Well, we're too far from the coast. We're too far from Harrisburg.
We're too rural is what it is.
Yes.
Most of the people today do not want to be rural. They're scared of the country, and they want to be close to the city, you know, and that is the whole big issue.
Yeah. All right, so what else we got going on?
A real McCoy said they got lightning bugs in North Mississippi tonight.
Bongo. Okay, so Bongo. I'm not sure about that coffee. I've not had any, so tell me the official name, Rebecca, so I know. We're going to give away some Bongo. I don't know what kind of coffee that is because I hadn't had that one. That's one of their newer ones, I think. We'll give away that. Here in a little bit, I'll pick somebody or something.
Beverly Michael says she would use some coffee. Her order from Silver Run has not come, and she is running out.
I am fixing to open my last bag that I just got a week or so ago from them, Zero Dark 30, because that's what I've been eating. Evening, Danny and Wanda. You guys need any maple? I always need.
Wanda loves maple syrup. So she loves maple syrup.
Jennifer says our prayers might be working. Yes.
Maybe so. We're hoping so.
Keep praying.
We just keep praying.
Mama Boots 54. She said, I would like to taste. Mama Boots 54. Let me write that down. You want some coffee? You got to send me an email. How did she spell it?
M-A-M-A, just boots and then a 5-4.
All right, we're going to send you some coffee, some Bongo. I'm not sure. Rebecca will have to explain that one. But
it says Bongo Brew, a Keenan coffee with citrus notes. Very good.
Good. That's it. So, Mama Boots, send an email to deepsouthhomestead@gmail.com. We will get that out. She'll get that out next week, not me. I got a lot to do here.
Let's see. Mary Mark says, what do you put on onions? Are you talking about when you're growing them? If you're talking about when you're growing them, you want to load them up with real nitrogen now, not this organic stuff. Real nitrogen up until they begin to bulb. And when they begin to start cracking the ground and bulbing, then you want to ring around them and don't put any more fertilizer. Make sure you keep plenty of water to them until the ground start cracking.
Okay. Ronnie said, do you know the best thing about a cup of coffee is 2 cups of
coffee?
I agree. 3 or 4.
Mama 513 says, since you do not use pesticides, can you share how you protect your vegetables? It's called companion planting. We companion plant with all of our vegetables, and insects do not attack healthy plants.
And
usually,
Danny watches them every day.
I walk
every day. Every day.
Every day. I'm in the garden, and if stink bugs come, you can if you go out before the sun comes up, you can take a little flashlight and go along to all your plants. The stink bugs will be right in the very tip top of them, and take you a little bowl of dishwashing soap like Dawn or something, and just take your hand and rake them off in that dishwashing soap, and it'll kill every one of them.
All right, Mark. No, that's Miss Starla, I think. Mark Dowick, I think that's Starla. If it is, her granddaughter's not expected to make it through the night. We will be praying for you.
As soon as I was putting up 2 garden beds and thought of Danny about removing the plastic. I'm going to tell you. That plastic is bad news on them things.
Can I grow cauliflower in a raised bed that is 12 inches deep, or do I need a deeper raised bed?
12 inches is fine. That's fine.
So we will put Miss Starla's, I think she said granddaughter, didn't she?
Oh, yes.
On the list, and pray for Miss Starla.
Danny, do you have the book Dead Doctors Don't Lie?
I have the tape.
We have the tapes from back in the
30 years ago, maybe?
Probably 30 or 35 years ago.
Still have
original stuff, yeah.
Tells you how long I've been looking into this stuff. It's my tape is probably 30. Oh, it's 25 to 30 years ago when I got that original tape, and I still have it. I come across it every now and then, the original one. Do we still use foam sauce? Not really. We've done this last couple of years and just haven't bought any more.
Yeah.
And I overdid it on some of Danny's trees, and I had to wash it off one year.
Some of
them because I put too much.
She put it all the way around the tree, and the oil in it like to kill the tree. So
just be careful with it. But we have more fencing. Danny has monitors and ribbons and all kinds of stuff, and we've managed to not have to need it in about 2 years.
Raymond Miller says, I live in northeast Pennsylvania, just planted peach trees and apple trees last year. Would you spray them with liquid copper fungicide? I would before they leaf out. I would spray them with a oil, and I would spray them with a copper fungicide before they leaf out.
All right.
Oh my goodness. She says, I got a year's supply of coffee for Andy. I wouldn't want to be around Andy without his daily pot of coffee.
Yep. All right, so Jennifer was asking whoever was from Hawaii, are they okay from the floods? There is a part of Hawaii where a dam was breaching or something. I can't remember what it was. I did see that earlier. I just can't recall the logistics of it. Thank you, Patty. This says, I survived too many storms to be bothered by the raindrops.
Bothered by the raindrops. Let's see here. Mona Schmidt says, do you use Milorganite? No, we do not. Well, I mean, we don't have that. We don't even have it here available to us. So no, we do not.
All right, Tim says, tried Silver Run's Mercantile this week. I realized I have become pretty spoiled. I was like, this just isn't as good to me as Zero Dark 30. Then I realized it's better than anything else. I'm not sure what kind of coffee he got, but he likes the Zero Dark 30. He's like me. Zero Dark 30 spoils you.
Linda says, what kind of nitrogen do you use? I use ammonium sulfate. That way I get sulfur and I get my nitrogen in it. It's a 3200 or 3300. Well, 32 or 3300.
Do you ever worry about pests coming in your mail order fruit trees?
No.
Those companies are...
They are by law, they cannot sell you a tree that has anything on it. It has to be treated before it's sent to you.
We have a huge nursery up the road from us, and Danny is friends with the guy, and he knows how particular they have to be and how all the things they have to go through just to keep those trees from having a bug or...
I worked on that nursery up there for so many years building things for this company, and they don't even have fire ants in the South. I mean, they literally treat that ground to the point where there are no fire ants up there. Mm-hmm. They spray every tree up there with only God knows what all the time. I mean, they don't have any bugs nowhere.
Yeah.
345, Renee says, how do you handle big flying beetles from eating your plants?
We do have things that do eat.
We have things occasionally at night. The key thing, let me say this, the key thing with any garden is make sure you have no lights on at night around where there is any garden vegetables at. Make sure all lights are off. People will make the mistake of going out there sticking all these solar lights all over the place, and when you do, you're inviting the moths at night to come in and lay eggs in your garden. Make sure your garden is literally as dark can be at night.
Yeah, no lights. Somebody mentioned our next giveaway. Danny, during the cold, at least got a little bit.
I stooped to an all-time low. I didn't go outside for a little while. I stayed in by a wood heater, which goes against my oath. And when I did, I went out. I told Wanda, I says, I'm headed out to the prepper shack. There's something I got to go get. And I come walking back in with 2 5-gallon buckets, and she said, what are you doing? And I told her, I says, I'm about to start shelling out that okra that's been in there ever since last summer. I said, these people got to have okra to plant before it's too late. So this is what we got right here. See that right there? That's white okra seeds. There's roughly 50 plus seeds in one of these packs. They're up on our Etsy store. Have been up now for what, a couple of 3 days?
No, I just put them up today.
Oh, you put them up today. Okay. I knew it. I thought that was a couple of days ago, but okay. She put them up on the Etsy store today, deepsouthhomestead.etsy.com. You will find them there. If you want them, all I can say is you better get them. Because patrons got first shot at them. And
most of them were gone, and I had to put some more up.
We had to put some more up, yep. Now what? You know what?
You got to pick somebody.
Oh my goodness gracious alive. I'm going to probably
make them wait till then. He could do that, y'all. He can be vicious sometimes.
I don't know. I thought about giving this away, but I don't know.
You're gonna give it away. When?
You know how tight I am. No, you know how tight I am.
I'll give it in my hands. I'll give it away.
Let me think about it.
And they're going, okay, do I really want to give away some seeds?
Oh, man.
But white okra seeds going to somebody when he picks somebody.
I don't know.
There's some on the website. There probably will go be some more over the next week, but there's going to be limited. All right?
So, I don't know. I just don't know.
Okra equals kidney stones. No thanks.
No, they do not equal kidney stone. Okra lowers blood sugar is what it does.
It's according to how, I guess if you...
I guess it's according to how you fix it.
Maybe fried okra might.
I don't know. I've never heard of anything to do with it in kidney stones.
Miss Cammie said it's better to give than to receive. Okra. Miss Cindy said okra.
Miss Cindy says okra, please. If she's saying okra, you got to be from up around the Appalachians up in there somewhere, up in the mountainous area or something.
They begging now.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
You can't be a tightwad all you lie.
Why can't I?
No. You married to me, and I give away all the time. I just give you some coffee.
Yeah.
So now you got to up.
You know. Oh man. Yeah, Renee Carpenter.
Plant some today, so he's.
I planted some. Renee Carpenter really says, really, I'm diabetic? Yes, you can take okra and soak it in a pint jar of water in the refrigerator overnight and then drink the water the next morning, and it lowers your blood sugar. We did it with my mother. My mother was a bad diabetic, and
had several people try it.
And it worked for her.
All right.
I'm not telling you to quit your medication or nothing now.
All right, so I'm not sure who his own for at his own for FR. Who are you? Because they're one of our moderators, and I don't know who they are. So they've changed their name. Just guess. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
All right.
Oh. Then Catherine Elkin says, don't pick me.
Tim says, I'll trade a pound of Jimmy Red seeds to whoever gets okra. Oh, you're going to send somebody the seeds now or what? Make yourself known, Tim, because I'm reading it wrong. Yeah, Danny planted about, 30 or 40 seeds?
I planted about 50 seeds today.
I told him not to plant as much last year. We had so much okra, it was not even fun. There goes one.
Oh, there's one of our... Here's this bug, guys, right here. Y'all see this bug right here? Now, if he bites me, I'm going to scream. But that's what's flying around here.
Girl.
Hey, that's what's flying around here trying to hit us in the face and everything else. Now, you little fella, get on out of here.
Yeah, Easter snap. It's quite possible. But now this last cold spell this week, we covered everything as much as we could. And we haven't done a video showing afterward yet. But there are several videos coming up this week. Everything made it. You might have lost a cucumber plant.
I lost two cucumber plants, yeah.
But other than that, I think everything else
really good. Well, I lost one bean plant, one.
Yeah, but he planted.
Let's see here.
They said that's a June bug. Is that a June bug?
No, that's not June.
I don't know. It's just a big old bug. I don't know. They may be calling June bug.
Some people may call them June bug. That's not what we call a June bug down here.
I don't know what you call them, but they aggravate.
Yeah, they get out here at night and fly around your lights, drive you up the wall.
All right, if you give away white okra seed, Tim says he's going to send them some Jimmy Red corn to go with it.
Oh, man. Let's see here.
Somebody going to get a double thing.
I don't know, you know. Gosh, guys, I don't know if I should give anything away or not. That's
just a beetle. Yeah, it's some type of beetle.
It's just a beetle. It's not a June bug. It's just no hardback bug, all it is. How many okra do you put in a jar to lower your blood sugar? All you can stick in a jar. It's usually depends on the type of okra. Now, if you plant a Star of David, you ain't going to get about 3 pods in it. But if you plant like this white okra here, you could probably get about 6 in a pint jar.
Now, somebody said their dog would eat those June bugs. Lucy has played with these. When she comes out here and they're laying, she'll lay down on the floor and just look at them, and she'll mess with them.
Yeah.
One of them was attached to her, and she'd sling her head, and it would fly off, and then she'd go back and get it, and it would attach to her, because these things will attach to you. She played with it the other day. It was so funny. There's people saying they'd love to have Jimmy Red corn too, so you got to pick somebody.
All right, let's just go with Dana Green.
Spell it.
DANAGREEN 9264. We're going to just let you have it there. Miss Wanda and
Tim, I will send you an address.
Done ganged up on me, so I guess
All right, Dana Green. Dana. Just because it says Dan don't mean it's a Dana. It's Dana.
Whatever.
Dana Green.
They know who they are.
There'll be a Dana, I guess, if you want to be a Dana. All right, deepsouthhomestead@gmail.com. Send me your address, and then I will send it to Tim. Or he'll get the stuff, and I'll send all of it at once.
For Eternity says, does Lucy step on your plants in the garden? Lucy's not permitted in the garden.
She stays outside.
We close the gate when we go in, and Lucy would rather go run in the woods and chase only God knows what's out there. And she'll come up missing for 30 minutes to an hour, and finally she'll come traipsing back up. You know, went on her scavenger hunt.
She said I was right. It's Dana, but she'll answer to Dan. Dana.
It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, just some type of beetle.
Yeah, June bugs are green. These bugs ain't green. They dark brown, and when their wings open up, they got yellow rings around their body on the inside when their wings open up. Oh, let's see.
Love y'all's style, opinions, and delivery. Thank you. Thank you, Handy
Thank you, Handy Prepper. We are just what we are. We don't profess to be nothing but who we are. We're born-again believers by the grace of an almighty God, and don't profess to be nothing else but just plain old sinners saved by the grace of God.
Grand T says, I planted okra today, 3-year-old seeds. We'll see. Y'all, them flowers I planted, some of them probably 6, 7, 8 years old. I don't even know. I told Danny I put way too many in them green stalks, but something better come up. We better have some flowers.
Well, we're going to have something around here. We got a video coming up about my tomato plants, and I'm going to tell you what, Tim, you're going to freak out when you see these things.
He may not. His might be doing that too.
Well, yours might be doing that, but the tomato plants I'm talking about was the same ones I sent Heidi, and you'll see them in the video. It just blows my mind.
Danny has some blue Hopi corn.
I have the blue Hopi. I've got
it's probably 6, 7, 8 years old.
Blue Mochican. I've got blue Hopi that I grew myself and saved my own seeds.
Yeah, they're seed saved.
I've got Hickory King. I got Hickory Cane.
We have this freezer that's as wide as this is in here, and it's deep. It's an old freezer, and about what would you say? At least a quarter of the
freezer is nothing but different varieties of corn that I've planted.
Or somebody sent it.
Or somebody sent me.
It's all corn.
I've got some corn from the Amish. I don't even know what it is, but I have some corn from the Amish. I got all kinds of corn. I did have some Texas gourd seed corn, but it all died and didn't come up.
Well, some of it did.
Now some of it came up.
Rained and packed, but
packed down too deep.
Video on that this week.
Got a video coming. Yeah.
All right.
Let's see here.
He says his is over a foot tall. That's what we're talking about.
That's what we're talking about.
Same batch as yours because he saved some in little.
They were planted at the same time, Tim.
He planted and he kept 10, or he thought he kept 10.
Yeah.
Another story.
Well, here's the other one right here.
He sent Heidi a bunch, but he kept 10 in cups. And when we went up to the garden, he was going to plant them in the garden.
I dug 10 holes.
10 holes. And he planted them, and he looked, and he says, I could have swore I had 10 plants. He said, I miscalculated.
I know I had 10 of them. Well, I'm fixing to get wet, but y'all look at this here. This here is about 12 inches tall. It's way down in the cup down in there. I found this laying out in the yard, wilted down by the sun, and I went out there and got it, and come up here and put it in a cup and stuck it back in the sink here with some water, and tried to give it mouth to mouth, but I realized you can't put tomatoes on your mouth. So I was like, maybe it'll live, you know?
He is trying. Lucy, he had them sitting in the citrus high tunnel on the floor, and he had actually forgotten about them because when he took Heidi hers, he left those 10 sitting on the floor, and they went through the cold and everything. And when he opened the high tunnel back up, he opened the screen back up so the pollinators could get in. Well, he had forgotten about those tomatoes till, 2-3 days ago? Mm-hmm. A couple of days ago when we were putting them.
I remember to walk out there, and them things like 2 foot tall, and I'm like, good Lord.
He said, I got to go plant these. And he knew he had 10. But then when he didn't, he's like, okay, whatever. And he come back this plant late yesterday, and he goes, I know where my 10th plant was, Lucy.
I found it laying in the yard. Yes, Colden, I have planted the golden bantam. It is an heirloom sweet corn. It is a really good sweet corn, too. Oh, let's see. I saw one there I was going to answer. Where did it go? Oh, man.
Andy Prepper says, we are trying to downsize and buy a smaller home, but nothing equals home. I'm going to tell you, sometimes it don't.
What's the correct name? This is Audrey Nelson said, what's the correct name for snake beans? I'm an older man. An older man gave me some years ago, and I'm completely out and cannot find them. It's called rattlesnake beans. If you're talking about it's a green bean, it's called rattlesnake beans.
Mm-hmm. It has a touch of
they are
purplish on the...
Had a little purple streak down the side of them, and they are good.
I think Hoss Tools carries them.
They do.
Baker's Creek, probably a lot of you companies carry them now. When we planted them years ago, somebody gave us our start. And we planted them for several years, but then we got kudzu bugs attacked them one year.
Yeah.
And we haven't planted them since. We have the seeds still, but we haven't tried planting them. Well, we're on different property too, so it might make a difference, but we just hadn't done it yet.
Yes, Jay Robertson, that's one of my Florida tomatoes. He said mine are growing in leaps and bounds. Ours are too. I planted them in the garden. This is no lie. I planted them in the garden. I took a shovel and dug a hole probably, 10 inches deep? And I put that tomato plant 10 inches deep in the ground, and there's probably still 10 inches of it sticking out of the ground.
Just still.
Oh, man, let's see here.
DC Prepper, hello.
Colton said, oh, good, that's the corn I planted yesterday. It is a good. If you ever want to try another one, Colton, is Stoil Evergreen. Stoil Evergreen is a white sweet corn. It's not yellow like the Bantam, but it is a good corn too. And it's an heirloom.
All right, Miss Darlene says, who taught you doctoring and healing your livestock? Kind of taught yourself.
It's called trial and error. They die or they live, and you learn from it.
Well, you started out as a kid in 4-H.
Well, I did start out in 4-H as a kid, and plus we used to show dairy cattle.
Yeah.
My daughter Carrie, Jennifer, my daughter here can attest to it. We used to go to the fairs and stuff like that, and my daughter would show her dairy cows, and she would brush them and learn how to touch them and where to touch them to make them move certain ways, and we really enjoyed that period of our life dealing with that, and that taught us a lot about cattle then. But I've had cows. Oh my goodness!
About that,
I've had cows almost my whole life.
There was a period you didn't have cows for a short period of time, a few years.
Short period.
And then we got cows. We've had them 6-7 years.
Or
at
more.
least.
Or more.
At least that long. So. All right. What is the best tasting sandwich tomato varieties? As long as it's a fresh tomato, they're all pretty good.
Mortgage Lifter makes a fantastic tomato for tomato sandwiches. I'm going to tell you, the Mortgage Lifter is a really good one. Susie Q says, how come we don't see lightning bugs anymore? We see them all the time here now. Them things is all over the place.
Somebody said Michigan, M.I. Gardner has rattlesnake beans. So there's a lot of companies.
There's a lot of places out there got them, yeah.
But they are called rattlesnake. My figs look dead. I think I planted them too close to a cedar.
Ashlara 5 says, I looked on your Etsy, but I don't see any okra seeds on your store.
They already sold?
Maybe they sold out. I mean, I don't know. Have my cows ever gotten out? Yes.
Telling people how Carrie used to have a cow.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
There's a lot of tomatoes that's actually good for tomato sandwiches. Like they're talking about the beef steaks are good. The Cherokee Purple. Now the Cherokee Purple is probably one of my favorite tomatoes, to eat. It is a fantastic tomato.
Let me just check right quick.
Now Tim says the black creme is one of the best for a tomato sandwich. I guess we all have.
All of them are good.
I don't eat tomato sandwiches because I don't eat bread no more because it's not made for human consumption unless you make your own homemade. So I don't eat tomato sandwiches. Wanda still eats the death sentence.
I had a tomato sandwich up until February because I had tomatoes in the high tunnel, and we don't know what kind they were, but I'm going to tell y'all what, that was a good tomato. Danny and I ate fresh tomatoes in January almost every day, and I had a tomato sandwich at least once a week. I'd eat a sandwich. So, yeah, whatever that crazy tomato was, it was good.
Jen Bama wants to know, can you successfully plant rhubarb in Zone A? It depends on where you're at around the United States. In the Zone 8, where we live at, no.
We are sold out.
If you get up into the eastern and the western seaboard of the United States in Zone 8, I have heard of it growing up there.
Miss Darlene, I have a video, And I intended to get it put out this week, and I hadn't done it. It is simply one morning, Danny and I got up, and we were sitting on the back porch, and the birds were just starting to wake up because it was just breaking daylight. I set my big camera up on a stand and just let it run and just let it record the birds for what, 20, 30 minutes?
Yeah.
And I took a whole bunch of pictures around the place, and I thought I would get that up, but we hadn't had time yet.
Jennifer said she don't see them on the.
Yeah, we're sold out of the seeds for now, but I will put some
more. But I can't.
I can't guarantee when.
Guys, if you think the bread from the store is good for you, take a slice of bread, put it in a pot on a stove, fill it with water, and boil it for till the bread starts coming apart, and it'll look like Granddaddy Longlegs spider legs all in it everywhere. So it's not made for human consumption, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And another, Jeff Outdoor says electric grain mills are sold out everywhere.
Yes.
We have 50 pounds of glyphosate residue grain ready to grind, but using our hand mill until the electric one arrives in July. Oh my goodness. I was thinking about buying me another one, but I don't know. I may not be able to now. Yeah,
but that's not the mill you're talking about. I think he's talking about the little...
No, electric grain mill.
Is that the kind of... Oh, okay.
Oh, let me say, Jeff, I was looking at a 12-inch stone grinding grain mill. Is that what you're talking about?
Now they make the little small ones like I have.
No, I'm talking about a $5,000 machine.
They were out. I'm not sure if they still are.
Let's see.
The nutrients from the tomato cancels out the bad bread. Yeah, it kind of does.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I try to buy a bread that is better than just buying cheap white bread. I don't buy cheap white bread. I haven't eaten that in, many, many years.
Kim Tatum says, Cherokee Purple are the best. I enjoy diced tomato and a good old slice of buttermilk cornbread. Yum, yum.
Oh, wow.
Yum.
We're going to have to fix some popcorn. They keep talking.
I know I might have some popcorn tonight.
We're going to have to have popcorn tonight. Missy V says, I bought a Vector Brand 3000 on eBay about 2 weeks ago. So there's different kinds. Grain mills, how the prices are going through the wheel. He said all Nutri-Mill and Mock mills. That's what I thought.
Okay.
And the Como stone grind mills are out of stock.
Okay, I was talking about a $5,000 machine. I wasn't talking about a small several $100 machine.
What's the best flour to buy, bleached or non-bleached?
Neither.
Well, you want to try and get something that's not.
You want something that's not bleached if you don't mind, putting that stuff in your body, but.
And you need to try to find a good source. Oh, while I'm thinking of it, Azure Standard does have a good source, and there's many other places out there, but Azure Standard does have a good source of buying either wheat berries or any type of flour already ground. And it's good. It's not got all the chemicals that have been bleached and stuff. But for those of you that live around the Wiggins area, we have a drop at Wiggins now, and you can put in an order and come to Wiggins. If you've held off ordering because of that, it will be at the...
Right in front of on the road that turns to go to the fairgrounds, right down from the Chevron station.
What's that? Well, where Old South Feed is.
Yeah.
When you right there on the corner before you turn to go to the fairgrounds or Old South. Yeah. So if you are interested and you need something from Azure, there will be a stop. They've been stopping the last couple of months. Danny and I will be there this next time.
Yeah, the only way I would ever consider any kind of wheat store-bought is if I called the company where the wheat was in the field and I talked to the scientist. That's what I did. And when he got through telling me what all they do to that stuff, you couldn't make me put that mess in my body.
Miss Jean says, I picked up my first Azure Standard order, 75 pounds of wheat berries. Is it called Airport Street?
Airport.
I think so.
Airport Road, yeah. Now, there's 2 airport roads in Wiggins. There's the old airport road over by Hood Mill, the Hood Wood Lumber Yard. And then there's the airport road out on past the interstate out on Highway 26 out there.
It goes to the fairgrounds.
Goes to the fairgrounds. Jeffrey Taylor says,
"Hit me in the back."
How do you prepare broccoli for freezing? You leave it whole in the head, put it in salt water for 2 or 3 hours, so make sure you know no bugs in it. Take it out, blanch it for what, 4 or 5 minutes?
3 or 4 minutes.
3 or 4 minutes. And we put the head up whole. We do not cut up anything.
Then you dump it in ice water.
Yeah, dump it in ice water as soon as you get through. That's right.
You got to stop the cooking process, and then I leave it laying out and throw a towel over it. I put a towel down and then put a towel over it and try to dry it as much as possible. Let it sit and drain, because you know how they'll hold some moisture in there. And then when I put it in a Ziploc bag, Miss Lippy taught me this. I fold paper towels and put them in the bottom of the bag and put the broccoli or the cauliflower or French fries or whatever I'm doing, put them in there, and that absorbs any moisture to keep it off your veggies and keep them from freezer burning.
Freezer burn.
Get the right words. So they said the airport street is next to Old South. Yes.
Yeah.
What do you think of gluten-free flour? Danny's tried several, but he just decided...
Well, it depends on what kind of flour you're talking about. I've tried oat flour. I've tried coconut flour. I've tried almond flour, rice flour.
I've done the King Arthur before. I've done Bob's Red Mill. And he's used all of them, but it just wasn't the taste anymore, and he finally just said quit.
I told her to quit. Bread. Some of it's just grainy. It doesn't hold together well. It's just the texture's just not there for me. I told her, I said, it's not like an old cat head biscuit used to be.
He made one of biscuits, yeah. And I made biscuits, and we ate biscuits for years out of every type of flour I could imagine. Yep. And they were decent.
They're decent when they're hot, but when they get cold and you try to reheat them, they just become like a hockey puck.
Yeah. And we tried everything. So I've got recipes for different types of biscuits with different flours. But after a while, it just got to be too much. And he's like, quit. I'd just soon not eat any. He would love just a big, giant biscuit.
I'd love a big cat head biscuit cut in half with good old cane syrup, a big slab of homemade butter in the middle of it.
And a slice of bacon.
And a big old slice of bacon, homemade bacon, not just crap from the store that ain't real. And I mean,
Miss Susie Q says she ordered McCaskill popcorn this week. If y'all
that's what we'll be eating tonight.
McCaskill Family Farms in Braggadocio, Missouri make some. They have popcorn, and everything else. They got rice. We buy our basmati rice.
Man, look at Dogwood Hill Homestead said he had a cat head biscuit this morning with tomato gravy.
Oh,
Jesus, man.
You just come off that. I ain't gonna eat nothing, ain't you?
Man, that hurts.
Biscuits and gravy.
Yeah.
That's something.
Biscuits and tomato, good old brown tomato gravy. Cut a biscuit in half, slather that good old brown tomato gravy on top of it in there, and just get out the way.
Me hungry.
I'm like, just get out the way is all I can say.
All right, Jen Bama says, I finally got my greenhouse. I saved up for months and finally got it. So happy. Awesome.
Jen, that's what we try to tell people. Everybody's like, how do y'all afford this or how do you afford that? You just save your money. And then when something becomes available, it's on sale, you jump on it. You get it,
Sometimes it takes just being a little patient and doing away with some of the things you want, not some of the things you need. Keep your needs going, but if you want a $10 cup of coffee every day, say, okay, for 6 months, I'm not going to get that coffee. I'm going to make me a cheap cup of coffee by Silver Run. Don't get the cheap Walmart stuff.
Yeah, y'all buy
Silver Run coffee and make you a good cup of coffee every morning that don't cost you $10. For 14, 16, you can buy a pound that would last you all about a month, and stick that $10 a day up. In 6 months, see what you got and what you can afford to buy.
Wrong Food Writer says, I ate a pork tenderloin from the store and felt sick the next day. Well, there's probably a reason why you ate it from the store. I try to tell people, don't go to the cancer center, man. Get your own. Raise your own. Butcher your own. Or have a friend do it for you. That's what we do. We have a friend that raises ours when we want them. And we, of course, now we do our own butchering, but, you know, you gotta make your own bacon. We got videos on that stuff. It ain't nothing to it, you know.
Melissa Visconti said, "Oh, Mr. Danny, you've got to try the azure flour. All I use, no more belly aches or bloat." I've tried to get him to do that because I have the flour, but he said I done quit. I'm not. He just won't go back into it yet.
No, it's kind of like if you ever smoke cigarettes and you quit. And you've been quit for 25 years and you start smoking one again, you're right back in the same rut again. Or if you're an alcoholic, or you don't have to be an alcoholic if you just drink. You know, and I'm kind of got this stuff out of my system. I don't drink no soda pops. I don't drink no tea. I don't drink nothing like that. I just drink water and our homemade fruit juices and stuff like that. I'm just used to nothing but that. And I know if I ever started it again, I'd go right back to doing it.
Good for you, and without all that milk and sugar. Yeah, because a $10 cup, you paying for a whole lot more than just a cup of coffee, really.
Well, I'll wait.
Stephanie says, "What is brown tomato gravy? I've never heard of it, and I cook." Well, you make a roux.
No.
Okay, it's a southern thing.
It can't be from the South. That's all I can say. Brown tomato gravy?
You make a roux like you would
if
you were
making gumbo or something.
Brown gravy or gumbo.
Gumbo, Miss Lippy knows what we're talking about. Miss Lippy can tell you.
She's probably got a
video on making brown tomato gravy somewhere to make you slap both your grandmas.
Yeah, but you gotta, when you brown that roux, make that brown roux, then you pour, instead of adding a lot of water or broth and making
a little oil to it,
add tomatoes.
Well, you can add tomatoes, but I also like
brown gravy.
You still got to have a little bit of oil in your roux when you're making it. You know, you got to have some olive oil or some
roux without it.
I know you have that. You know, like
okay, we passed that part. You put the oil.
Put the oil in there, and you put your. We use corn flour now. We don't use regular flour. We use corn flour. Use
any flour you have.
Man, I know Miss Lippy's got to have a recipe for that somewhere.
I know she does.
Yeah, see, she says, absolutely, Mr. D, I make that all the time. I know that woman's got a recipe. That woman can cook. I don't know why y'all ain't watching her channel over there more than you ought to, because that woman can cook.
Y'all go look it up. It says
bacon grease.
It says take a deep breath.
Man.
Okay.
Miss Lippy said lard is my favorite for making roux. That's what I'm talking about. Good old lard or bacon grease with some. They put corn flour in ours. You can use what else you want, but I mean, oh my goodness, man.
Tomato gravy.
I'm hungry now. I'm hungry. Ain't no way I'm gonna be able to sleep tonight.
I'm gonna make you some popcorn. Somebody said they didn't like the popcorn because it had a lot of husk in it.
Right.
The popcorn from McCaskill said they wouldn't buy it again.
Ooh. One's got husk unless you do husk. You do the Japanese.
Have the husk.
The Japanese. Now Japanese makes the wholest popcorn.
So this is some of the GMO.
It's a tiny popcorn. It ain't like the rest of the popcorn.
No, they do make popcorn that doesn't have husk. And if you get partial to it, I guess.
I don't care about the husk. It just, I can't say it. You know what I'm going to say.
Just take me. I'm like, ow. Stop.
She'll have to be over here, you know, because I have to watch. I'm actually live with a bunch of people in there. If it was me and Tim or me and Chris and, you know, him and Heidi and all those, I would say anything. But well, I can't say that here with you guys. I try to.
Tim says he used the Jimmy Red corn flour to make tomato gravy, and the neighbor doesn't believe it's not from here. Wow.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. They just ain't nothing no better.
Lippy does have fantastic recipes. Yes, she does.
Yes, she does.
Somebody says, Saffron Bay says, I'm eating fresh made chicken pot pie. I made Danny some really good stir fry last night. We had done a pork roast in the crock pot.
In the name of Jesus Christ, I hope and pray that tonight
What?
We don't go to bed hungry, everybody. You know?
Well, I made.
Now, Mama Boots just want to know what's a cat head biscuit? Catfish heads?
Oh, y'all gonna make him blow a gasket? I've got a video somewhere making grandma. I don't know what I call it. Mary's got one making
Do
biscuits.
you have a video for making cat head biscuits,
I
baby?
don't know if she called it cat head, and I don't know if I called it cat head. I can't remember. But we have biscuit videos. But cat head's what you call these big old.
It's a big old biscuit about this big around, and it's so soft and flaky. It's if you use a leaf.
The homemade biscuits.
If you use big old leaf lard to make it out, Lippy knows what I'm talking about. You make that leaf lard to make that thing out of. My goodness gracious alive. Lord forgive us tonight. It says Mama Google it.
S Poetry Queen says, "Hey everyone, I wasn't coming on, but y'all talking about biscuits, and I made some this morning. That's a forgotten art for most people. It is.
It's a forgotten art.
It's just a really large homemade biscuit."
One person said we had cat head biscuits with blackstrap molasses when I was young. Mules squeezed the sorghum. Man,
It says, "Take a breath, Dean."
I'm trying, Trish. I'm trying. I'm like
stuff now. Like.
Milk and Honey Heritage Farm says I'm making bacon, eggs, and biscuits right now.
Oh,
Lord, y'all.
Miss Lippy put up. I did do some kind of cat head biscuits. Okay, so there's a link. Y'all can follow.
Go to that link. Save that link. You better go save it.
Danny, you must remember you're talking to people that aren't from the South. Bless their hearts.
But when you say bless their heart, now people from Idaho will take as an offense to that.
Somebody ain't never listened to Jerry Clower.
Oh.
Danny be hollering like Jerry Clower here in a minute.
Oh man. It came from the fact Dogwood Hills Homestead is right. It came from the old saying it's the size of a cat's head.
Yeah.
It's just a big old cat head biscuit, you know. It's thick and big.
Y'all got me wanting to come for breakfast in the morning. I do not make anything for breakfast in the morning. He cooks, and he does not make biscuits.
I don't make no biscuits.
Eggs.
I used to, but this morning she got scrambled eggs this morning. And I scrambled them different than I usually do.
We usually have bacon and
we have
oatmeal,
grits and eggs and bacon, and some mornings we have oatmeal and we have bacon. I mean, it all depends. It just
one morning he'll do oatmeal, one morning he'll do grits and eggs, and so he's back and forth.
Oh.
Now the grits are
Lord have mercy.
We just have.
I'm having an attack.
They said little Figlet Farmer says Daniel's on fire. Okay, Emerald Water says I'm of the proud Ein Shamir apple and Anna. Okay.
The Ein Shamir and the Anna both were developed in Israel.
And they're compatible.
They are compatible with each other. They are pollinators for one another. The Anna and the Ein Shamir both produce in the South.
Joe Jackson says my cat weighs 25 pounds. That's a big biscuit.
That's a big old biscuit. That's a boy.
Oh my
man, that's a big old biscuit. Oh.
My mother would make cat head biscuits, fried ham, and red-eye gravy.
That's another one, red gravy.
Mama used to make that, and I never heard of it.
Remember Donna used to make red-eye gravy. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How do you make your grits?
Well, that's kind of a silly question.
People don't know how to make grits.
It's just boiled water.
Biscuits and everything else. Now, explain how you make grits.
I take a small pot, about 6 inches in diameter. I fill it half full of water. I put some good old salt in it, and I'm using what kind of sea salt is that we use? Redmond sea salt in it.
No, mineral salt.
Redmond's mineral salt in it. I pour approximately a half a cup of grits in it, maybe 3/4 of a cup of grits in it. And I put it on high, and as it starts to boil, and I turn it down, I let it sit there and cook for, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes maybe. And I take it out, and we've already got scrambled eggs in our plate, and I pour it over the scrambled eggs, mix a big old slab of butter in with it, and just get out of the way is all I can say. Big old piece of bacon on the side. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Now, Hands on Homestead says cat head and skin a cat refers to catfish, not the four-legged types.
Right.
So a catfish head is about yay big too.
Oh, JW5556 says, how can anyone live without grits? Lord have mercy. I don't know how anybody
Eat them instant package.
That ain't grits. These little things you buy in the store, that's not grits. Guys, you want grits, you have to try what me and Tim and Rebecca and all this made here, you know. All of us came here, Chris and all of us made.
Miss Cynthia. Tim and Heidi.
Mr. Levis.
Yeah.
All of us, we get together and we grind our own corn down into real grits. Now, and then we sift the flour out of it and leave just enough flour in it to let it have just a little bit of a grit taste to it. And you can't buy that in the store.
Lucy's on the front porch. She was around here and we were eating supper and we missed her. And I told Danny, I said, she doesn't run off again. And usually she'll run off around here somewhere and she'll come back. And when I went to check a while ago, she was on the front porch. And once she goes into the courtyard, she can let herself into the courtyard. She can't get back out. And so she couldn't come back around here. And so I banished her to the courtyard since she was already in there. So we could do a live because she would be on our feet. She gets on our feet and she whimpers and whines and she's just talking to Danny most of the time. So.
Sunshine Garden with a smile says, I love grits, but I cannot get them to cook right. Guess it's just not in my DNA. You can't rush grits. Grits is one of them things you cannot rush.
Yeah. Grits is called corn. In Michigan, grits is called cornmeal.
It's not all. It's called polenta when you get further north. The further north you go, it's called polenta.
See, they probably don't do cornbread, so they use their cornmeal for grits. Same thing, when we grind it, we have grits, cornmeal and corn flour. We have 3 different sizes.
Yeah.
We have videos on that, 3 different sizes, and I use the cornmeal or the corn flour to make cornbread. And I use the corn flour in place of regular flour on coating fish and meat and stuff like that.
Rhonda says, I like to add cheese. Now, I love cheesy grits. I ain't going to lie to you. I love cheesy grits now. Yeah, and J-Dub's right. Real grits take time, low and slow. You ain't going to get in no hurry eating no breakfast, that's for sure.
I did give him the compasses. And he says, I'm going to put them right here where
they're sitting right there on the counter. I know.
Counter. And I said, counter. He said, I will see them here. And I said, yeah, 6 months from now, they'll still be there.
No.
Lippy, you remind him, every Saturday night, did you get the compasses in the walking sticks?
Yes, Jennifer. I've heard of mush. It's basically the same thing as grits. I mean, it's almost identical.
Use more cornmeal.
Use more cornmeal in it, yeah.
Grits are just a bigger piece of corn. You ever make crackling cornbread? Yes, we do.
We made a whole pile of cracklings this past week. I'm telling you.
That's another video
coming up. I'm talking about right now in the freezer. We got a whole big thing of cracklings. And I canned, how many cans? 3 or 4 jars I canned of cracklings.
All right, Miss Susan, look right below your comment that says, what is Miss Lippy's channel? And you'll see at Miss Lippy. You can click, I think you can click on her name and go to her channel. Or somehow, Lippy, tell them how to get to your channel from here. Or either they can look up at MSLIPPY.
Just Google Ms. Lippy YouTube channel.
It'll pop up.
It'll go right to it.
Yeah, she put her link up. Okay, you can go there.
Oh, my goodness.
See, Miss Jean says she's had polenta. Shrimp and grits. A lot of people had shrimp and grits.
Shrimp and grits, yep.
Some people like, let's see, canned grits is what I eat when camping. Easy peasy. Never heard of canned grits.
Flipping Dirt Floors. I'm glad you came in here and joined us tonight. You said you got to binge watch our videos now. Just found y'all. Go for it. We got a lot of stuff out there. We have 2 channels. We have Pecan Grove.
3 channels.
And then we actually got 3 channels. We got Deep South Homestead. Then we have Deep South Homestead at Pecan Grove. And then we have Crazy Days. That's DAZEYS.
No,
DAZES. And we have 3 channels.
find lots of information.
Lots of information. Just about anything you can imagine is on those channels.
Y'all got my stomach growling, and I'm ready on supper.
You need to put your prayer request up too, because we ain't about 3 minutes from 9 o'clock.
Miss Lippy's a great cook and super fun to watch.
I had my tip. No.
He forgot tip. Now he's gonna sit over here and pout.
I got so wound up tonight. I have totally.
Another one that hadn't had grits. Oh my goodness.
Oh my good.
A lot of people don't. Now Danny said they ate a lot of cream of wheat. I've never.
When I was a kid, when I was a kid, my mom and them used to buy cream of wheat. It's the junk from the wheat. I'll just be honest with you. And
Crazy Days has got a DAZES. It's got an S on the end, so it makes it harder to find if you don't spell it right.
Yeah.
Pray for my 81-year-old mother. All right, Miss Melinda prayers. So we're gonna keep that. You can't remember your tip?
It just left me. I was sitting here the whole time. I've been remembering that, not to say it, and I'll be doggone if it ain't running.
Yeah, we canned a lot of cracklings this week.
Yeah.
We made some of our lard and we canned some cracklings, and we still have some cracklings. Chocolate cream of wheat. See, I didn't even know they made chocolate. I've not tried cream of wheat ever. I mean, and this day and time, knowing what I do about wheat, I won't touch it because I'm sure it's been modified. But
yeah, we don't do anything wheat no more. Nothing wheat.
Unless I buy bread and stuff. I mean, I do buy some things every now and then. He doesn't do any.
Yeah, we can our cracklings. Lula Porter there. She's from Port Lucedale somewhere.
Somebody said Malta-meal. Did you ever have that?
What?
Malta-meal? Oatmeal?
No.
I've never had that either. I've seen it. I've never had it.
They don't even sell cream of wheat here anymore, I don't think, down here where we're at.
I don't know.
We don't go in the store, so I don't know.
They could, but I don't know.
They could.
All right, cocoa roots. Never
heard of any of that stuff.
Malta-meal I've heard of, but I've never tried it.
Now, Pistachio 57 says they make cream of wheat with their home ground wheat berries. It's much better. Now, that I could understand.
Yes, but I don't know how you would just grind the berries into like flour?
It's not quite. It's grainy, kind of like grits. But it cooks out a lot smoother.
Yeah.
Than grits do.
Now, see, I've got my little Nutri-Meal thing. I probably could change the setting instead of making it flour. I could back off and make cream of wheat.
Joanne, I see. Says a praise report. Her brother got all clear from cancer.
If you have a little grain mill, you can make things.
Yeah, you can make so.
What you get from Azure. Now, I didn't know if Azure has cream of wheat. I have no idea. I've not checked on that because I never thought about it. Malta-meal and cream of wheat are a northern thing, like grits is a southern. They have cream of barley from Azure. Oh, now, okay. I don't think I've ever tried barley.
I have eaten barley. I haven't.
It's kind of nutty.
It's got a taste. To me, you have to acquire.
Oh, okay. Somebody likes mustard on their grits.
Never tried mustard on my grits.
I don't know about that one.
I've seen people put ketchup on their grits, and I've seen people put ketchup on their scrambled eggs, but I've never seen them put mustard on grits. They said Azure carries it, yeah.
Okay, they carry something.
Donna Simple Retirement says the wheat has been modified. The wheat has been hybridized, modified, all the other fides that go along with it. Yeah.
Right. They say Azure has the cream of barley. Some of that kind of stuff I haven't even looked into because we just don't eat that.
Let's see here.
Barley's good in stews. There's Miss Mimsy. She said her mother used ground. When I used wheat and a tad. I couldn't read it. It went by too fast. It went off. What do you think about America being Babylon? We're not getting into that one.
Oh, well, that's a deep subject for
right
now.
I think you've talked about it on some.
I have on my porch times. I've talked about United States and Mystery Babylon. I have talked about it on my porch times. Yeah.
Vitamix grinds wheat. Yes, I've heard of those. Somebody says sugar on grits. Now, I've heard of that, and ketchup on scrambled eggs, and mustard on pork skins. Y'all, no.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
All right, so we got to quit doing this because I got to go feed him some popcorn now.
Can't give you Texas chopper any chips on growing Jerusalem artichoke because we don't grow it.
My grits, I like salt, pepper, butter, and occasionally cheese. I like cheesy grits, but I would rather have more butter on my grits. I just love the butter taste in it.
Okay.
All right, so what are cracklings? Okay, the blood pressure's going to shoot. It is what's left over after you make
when
your lard.
When you render your lard out, you cut your lard into little, like 1 by 1 inch by 1 inch cubes, and then you render it out. And once you get through rendering it out, the little hard pieces of fried fat that's left over, some of it has little pieces of meat in it and stuff like that. That is cracklings. And when you get through, you run them through a lard press. You press all the oil out of them. Then you put them on a sheet and you put them in the oven and you finish kind of drying them a little bit and you take them out and you sprinkle some salt all over them and just don't eat too many now.
It's like little pieces of bacon in some ways. It would remind you of eating bacon. And that's why you can eat so many and just about make yourself sick.
Now, Plum Eat and Repeat says, I love pork rinds. I actually have a video over on Deep South Homestead showing you how to make pork rinds.
Yeah, we did those one year.
Yeah, I made them one year.
It's a little bit more work, but it is well worth it.
It is well worth it.
We just haven't done any in several years.
That's something I guess. We don't keep the skin.
No.
That's the problem.
But we did one year just for that.
Yeah, we did it one year just for that.
All right, so...
Can cracklings be pork or beef? Yes. Now, I can't tell you about how tallow cracklings taste because I've never really eaten them. I have seen them, but I've never ate them.
Miss Darlene says, ground cracklings make a great coating for fish. Y'all...
That they do.
Ground pecans. You
yes.
Up so fine, almost like a
pecan meal. It's like pecan flour.
Yeah, and it's called pecan meal, I guess.
Yes, it is. It's called pecan meal.
Your meat in that and cook it. It is.
You know what? We got so many pecans. We
ain't thought of that.
We ought to be doing that. Yeah, we got.
Spoiled because Danny and Leslie Fox on Tanner Pecans, and they used to give me candy and all this stuff. I used to get pecan. What do you call them? The round things, pecan pralines. Yeah. She'd send me a bunch of those, and I got spoilt to that. And they would send me the pecan meal in a package, and we used that to coat meat lots of times, especially deer meat. Oh, it's so good.
It is good. We had deer meat tonight.
Did?
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's after 9 o'clock, guys. We got to have a prayer, and Lord help us tonight.
Did you remember you?
No. Man. Father, we thank you so much. You've been so good to us today and tonight. We've had such a blessing being able to spend time with our friends here and fellowshipping and talking about old times and the old ways of cooking things. And Father, just what life was meant to be. Simpler, better tasting things. Not all this store-bought garbage that's out there today that people think is food and it's really not. Lord, we thank you that you've given most of us gardens, animals, and the sense to be able to grow our stuff and to preserve our stuff. We appreciate that, Father, so much. And I'm asking you, Lord, tonight, many people put their prayer requests up. We had some praise reports, and I want to thank you. I thank you for that. Thank you for answering those people's prayers and healing them for the cancer, Lord, that they've had. And we've got people I know tonight said they just had chemo treatments and stuff like that, and they're probably not feeling well. And Lord, I pray for them tonight that their strength will come back and they'll be able to rebound from them treatments and be able to be better than they ever was. And we've had people here who's lost loved ones, and Father, it's never easy when you lose a loved one. But the good side of this is if they're a born again believer, Lord, they're standing in glory, waiting, and they wouldn't come back if they could. And they're begging for you to come on to where they're at. So just give us the ability and the grace to be able to continue on and fill that void spot in our life until we meet again on the shores of that river that flows underneath the throne of God. Lord, we thank you for loving us. Thank you for healing our bodies. Thank you for just being good to us. Thank you for giving us laughter, joy, peace, harmony, freedom, all the things that we enjoy tonight, Lord. We praise your holy name for it. We ask this in Christ's name. Amen.
Woo. Danny does have another doctor's appointment with a urologist. Same urologist. We're going to ask for some tests and things this week. And if he doesn't cooperate, then he's fired.
He's fired. If he doesn't cooperate, I'm going to fire him.
Find another.
Yeah.
Because we do need some answers before we make decisions. He doesn't want to just rush and have some surgery that he's not okay with. And he'd rather not have any surgery. But it's coming to some surgeries.
At some point it's going to come down to it. I would rather not have it, but
it is inevitable.
It's inevitable.
That he has to have some surgeries. And he wants to make the right decision, so that means a couple more tests in order to make that decision.
Yeah.
All right. Did you think?
Or
no?
Well, we're supposed to have had some massive solar flares today, which means, or actually it was a day ago, which means that there should be an aurora tonight. If you got clear skies, you should be able to look to the north and see that. Just, guys, please pray for what's going on over there around that Strait of Hormuz. There's a lot of hype about that. Some of it's real, some of it's not real. The thing about our fertilizers and all that kind of stuff going sky high because they claim that the natural gas is being held up and it's not getting through, so we can't make the fertilizers. In some areas that is completely accurate. For us, the answer is that's really not 100% true, because a lot of our ammonia comes from the Ukraine. That's part of the deals that Trump and Zelensky cut way back yonder. And it's just that there's so much stuff out there that's just not actually true, you know. And I don't want people to jump to conclusions about everything that's going on here. We are in the last days of an age that we're living in here. And yes, the solar system is going to be doing things. It's going to be doing crazy things. We've got a super El Nino forming in the Pacific. If it continues to go that way, the weather patterns in the south and the central part of the United States is going to change. You know, some people's going to burn up while the people right next to them is going to flood with water. And I just want us to be prepared. I put my garden in as early as I did this year for the simple reason of what I've been told is coming. The extreme heat this summer is supposed to be just unbearable almost. And, you know, I want everybody to have food. I want everybody to be able to grow their food. And I want us to all understand that the old ways of doing things don't work anymore. I've tried it. It just don't work like it used to. You've got to plant by what's going on in our solar system now. You can't plant by the almanac. You can't plant by the signs anymore. Now, you can still use the moon. You can plant by the moon.
But you got to be paying attention.
But you got to be paying attention to the weather. So, I don't know what to say other than just do the best you can do to, I've had so many people send me videos, not videos, but messages talking about, Danny, my fruit trees bloomed out earlier this year than they ever have. What do I do? Well, the reason they bloomed out earlier is because the chill hours were met on the tree, and we're going to have to change the trees that we plant based on the chill hours. My trees this year, every one of them bloomed out because most of my trees are low chill hours because I live in the South. But we had way more chill hours this year than we normally do.
Lot of
cold weather, which made all my trees bloom out ahead of time. That's why I tell people, do a mixture of long chill hours, slow chill hours, or low chill hours. That way, if you happen to lose fruit on one, you might gain it on the other one. We've already planted most of our gardening stuff. If we lose it, then we still have time. But if it makes it, we're ahead of the game, and we're going to get our stuff in before the heat gets here.
Yeah, because here we struggle when it gets that hot, and to have to go out and stay in a garden for several hours.
Yeah, you can't do it.
Even in the morning, we're usually back in before 9:30.
Yeah.
Most people don't even get in their gardens before 9 to 9:30. It's just too hot here. Or for us. Now, some people can do it all day long, but we're not going out in that heat and staying all day.
Yeah. When I talk about chill hours, you go to the site where you're buying your trees from, or just Google the tree and ask the question, how many chill hours for this tree? It will tell you right off the bat whether it's 100 chill hours, 400 chill hours, 600, 800. It'll tell you how many chill hours, and a chill hour is any temperature below 40 degrees. So do your math. Do your homework.
Up and asked how many chill hours you had this winter.
Yeah.
Because like here, we probably get. I'm gonna just give you.
We get around 200 to 400 every year.
Yeah.
This year we probably got 600 to 800.
I was gonna say a lot.
Yeah.
So our tree bloomed early, but this last cold spell this week, 31 night. 30, what'd you say, 33?
30, 33, 40.
So we did not get
47, 49.
It didn't get enough to kill it, but we did get some grass killed because we had some patchy frost.
Jennifer said, check your phone when you get offline. So it's, that's just my tip tonight, guys. I mean, we need to focus. We got to get serious about growing our food, because it's fixing to get really tough. And I'm thinking that we need to buckle down, and we need to learn from one another, and not claim that one of us knows more than the other one knows or anything like that. But we need to just sit down, and we need to be a family of believers together. And we need to learn from one another. We need to glean from one another about what's working. On our videos, we don't tell you to do what we do. We're trying to show you what works for us. And if you happen to live in our zone, you might want to try it. If it don't work for you, it's no skin off our nose. We're just throwing things out there and seeing how they work. As we age, we're trying to get ourselves up, and we're trying to figure out how to do it where it's not so taxing on our physical bodies. And you guys in the central part of the United States, I feel for y'all, because heat's going to slam the Dakotas. But it's not going to last. I'm going to tell you, it's not going to last. You got some cold weather coming in right behind this. So be prepared for that. I'm sure you'll know what I'm talking about. Y'all are hotter than we are. And I know that sounds crazy to be in Nebraska and Kansas and the Dakotas and all up in there, being in the 90s, and we're sitting down here
in the 80s.
We barely get to the mid 80s. I mean, only for just like a couple of hours a day.
All day long from about this time of year. So it's odd for us.
Yeah, Vicky, the Indian peach takes about 700 chill hours, and it hadn't even started blooming yet. It ain't even opened a bud. It ain't done nothing yet.
It might pop out this next week.
It might.
Because we've got some warmer weather. All right, so we got to go because I got to make some popcorn.
Okay, we do. Guys, love y'all. Have a wonderful, wonderful day tomorrow. Enjoy your time with the Lord. Enjoy your family. Enjoy one another. And just enjoy living. You only have so many days to live. Enjoy every day of your life. And guys, there's nothing better than we can do than just to be an encouragement to each other. Thank you guys from Deep South Homestead.